guys. Just setting up real quick.
My friend ordered this gel polish and changed her manicure every 10 days.
Hey Jackie, hey Gina, how are you ladies? I fell into a time warp. I swear to God, it was 1 o'clock and I had all these plans, and then all of a sudden it was 2 o'clock and I was late. So I apologize. This week has like flown by and I am not mad about it at all. Hey Connie, you caught me live today. I'm so glad. So yeah, what we're gonna be doing today is actually something someone had requested. We're gonna do an all-white wreath that could kind of be like for a wedding, bridal party, shower, I mean. Or if you just like white, if you just want something ever so chic, you know what I mean? So I had actually purchased these flowers a few weeks ago. I was supposed to do a sympathy arrangement in Wreath of the Month Club, and I did. But these arrived like the day after I was supposed to do my thing. So I have all these white florals on hand, and I said, hey, let's use them. And then we're also going to use blue-based greenery. I know that that's like not something I usually do, so full of surprises today. Hey, Kim. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but on Facebook we're promoting it's like a Make It for Moms Day, and what it is next Friday the 25th, there's going to be a dozen designers, and we're going to start at 9 a.m. We're going to start with Ashley from Three Little Greenwoods, and I'm at 10 Eastern Daylight Time, and it's going to go all the way until I think 9 p.m. because I think every person has an hour to design something like dedicated to their mom, or, you know, for their mom. I'm going to make whatever I'm going to give my mom that day because I do everything last minute. It won't surprise her. Oh, good. Let me know what you think of it, Connie. I had to pack it tight. It was like the difference between like $30 and $50 to ship it. So I had to try and get things in tight. So I hope it's not like so smushed. I feel like if things are a little bit compressed, they'll open up, like they'll fluff up. But yeah, let me know. And so we're gonna use the greenery I got from Craft Outlet. And can I tell you, I thought that greenery, the mixed fern bush, I thought it was nice. And my mom came in and she spotted it right away and was not a fan. So I was like, okay, I mean, don't hold back, Mom. No, but, you know, I think it's maybe something to get mixed in with different greenery. I guess it shouldn't stand alone. So yes, I hope you guys can make it next Friday. It's going to be, there's a private Facebook group that you can join, and people are already like joining. There's a ton of designers. There's like, we just started it, but there's like, I think 300 people in it. And, you know, just to kind of get to know each other before the event. All right, so I have my gummy bears. Not very helpful. Where are my clippers? It's over there. I'll be right back. Since I was up and about, I just wanted to show this greenery, just because I don't ever want to like misrepresent something. I like the color. She's got me second guessing it now, so I'm mixing it in with like some ruscus and mixed fern. It's definitely usable and it's a great filler. I had put it on our patriotic wreath, and it just was kind of like more of a standalone green. So mom knows best, I guess. Hey Verlene, Connie, I don't have white hydrangea, and the red is the one. I don't know if we ever finished up that conversation, but the red hydrangea is the one that's printed on the velvet, so it does have the ability to run. If it's going indoors or it's sheltered, I would say it's fine. But like if you were selling it to somebody, I would say it's like inside only. But yeah, I don't have white hydrangea, and I'm not doing any I don't have any ordering coming up to get any from Pioneer. Some of the things, the flowers from Craft Outlet, I thought were nice, like the ranunculus. I thought was really nice. So if you're looking for something patriotic, that's also another option. Is it this one, Gina? Because this one I do love. So I've never worked with calla lilies on a wreath. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is from Pioneer, and we have a really cool kit coming out. It should be out sometime next week, and it's patriotic. It's got some really cool ribbon. There is something about like that patriotic ribbon that it just like, it really does jump off your door. So it's gonna have some cool ribbon, beautiful florals, and yeah, I'm excited about it. And if you're looking also for just some one-offs of things, they do live auctions where you just, whoever says sold first, you know, gets it. And then also though, they just take some bundles of, you know, different stems that go together, and they sell them at a very like discounted price. So the promo code works on that too. I started looking through them the other day, and I got distracted. I'm just cutting this up first. Yeah, this would have been perfect for a symphony arrangement, but it'll also work for a wedding. Somebody did request it, so if ever you guys have like different things that you want to like have us make, just let me know, because you know your ideas are, you have more ideas in your heads than I do in mine. That's for sure. Many heads are better than one. So yeah, just let me know if ever you have something you want to request. So I'm just taking this, I think I called it eucalyptus, but it's actually a sage spray. And I did include all the SKU numbers. But this is a nice piece of greenery. I love it because it's like, it's got the berries that are good quality. Not the ones that they look cute, but they're just kind of like foam and not, like they don't have that hardened, you know, outer edge to protect them. Hey, hello from us to you in Canada. How are you? Thank you for joining us. All right, so I'm thinking we're gonna get by. Let me see. This isn't what I'm gonna do, but I have to just, like, this would be very pretty, and then like adding to it. So I am going to start on the bottom corner here. I have been getting so much glue on my floor. Ugh. And it looks like I'm gonna have to throw a zip tie in just to keep this close to the base. All right. Yeah, I can't believe that it's going to be Easter this Sunday. Time either goes by like redonkulously slow, or it's like it just zips by, and I feel like right now it's kind of zipping by. Riley's going to be home from Ireland on Monday, so I'm really looking forward to that. Bummed she won't be here for Easter, though. But. All right, so we've got 1. And I think I'm going to end up needing 3. 2. Let me just grab the 3rd real quick. So next Tuesday for the membership group, we're doing a live Q&A via Zoom. So hopefully you can join me. And I know I had some people ask about like learning more about running workshops. And so I'm actually working on a course. I started like kind of figuring out like the chapters and things. But if you have specific questions, let me know, because again, it's just gonna help me. It'll help me serve better if I know what it is that people are looking for. But I think it's gonna be cool. Easy for me to say because I'm making it, but you know, it's gonna have some templates on like how you approach a business to do a workshop, what are the supplies that you need, things like that. Who is like your target audience, kind of doing an exercise on that, because it really does depend. I feel like a lot of the workshops down south are people who want to like, they really want to like learn to sell, you know, wreaths, whereas up here, at least with like my groups for the most part, it's more like they want to enjoy a night out with friends and just, you know, make something pretty. So I keep it fairly easy, just so they can kind of like unwind from their day. I make their bows, I glue things, stuff like that. But, you know, if you're teaching people who, again, want to like design to sell and stuff, you need to get into the deeper mechanics of things. You probably wouldn't have wine. I think I still would have wine, but glue pots, wine with glue pots, and people who aren't used to using them, that could be a bad combo. So yeah. Let me know if you have specific questions. Is anybody cooking for Easter and like hosting? I've been having this whole debate with my mom because she's hosting. I'm bringing a couple side dishes, but I just think it's such like a waste of time to like take all the food out of the pots, put it into fancy bowls, just for it to come right back out of the bowl, you know, and then you're doing dishes like for an hour. It's like you are eating for 20 minutes and then you're doing dishes forever. So I'm like, for the love of God, woman, like let's just do a buffet. Leave it in the pot. Like let's enjoy our time. Let's not spend it over the sink washing dishes. And if it were me, because she talks about like when I'm the matriarch, I'm like, oh, we're getting those plastic plates that just get tossed. I'm like, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be overwhelmed, and I also don't want a sink of dirty dishes sitting there all day. So the OCD is strong here. I will run a vacuum at midnight in this house. Let's see, let's pepper in a little bit of this. So I actually really like this. The less dishes, the better. I know. Hey, Lori. Yes, please hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm so bad at telling people that. Thank you. Yikes. Thank you. Yeah, I get, you know, like sometimes you feel like husbands do something like so poorly so that they don't have to do it anymore. So I didn't do this on purpose, but when we would host, I would get so overwhelmed that by the time I like sat down, I'm like beet red, you know, I'm giving off like vibes. So he gets everything catered when it's on our turf, which I don't mind. I mean, I also love cooking, but I guess I'm not as good with cooking and hosting. You're going out to an inn buffet. Ooh, I love that. New York. But you get your grandbaby. That's nice. Easter's such a fun holiday for kids. It's just, aside from Christmas, it's definitely like the next best thing. All right, I'm starting in the top corner. And I might end up like moving some of this stuff around. It doesn't need to be so clunky. And I'm just going to kind of disperse this in between this sage spray that we're using. Maybe I can steal some of this as well. Put it right here. So yesterday I got my first manicure, probably the first one I've had in years. I don't bother getting a manicure because I work with my hands so much, like it never lasts. But my mom got her nails done earlier in the week, and before she even got home, they were ruined. So she basically wanted me to drive her to get her nails done. So we got our nails done. She waited extra long under the dryer. And we get back in my car, and as soon as she buckles up her seatbelt, she's like, oh no. And I'm like, oh no. So we had to go back in, have it fixed. Like, I don't know. There's certain pampering I like, and there's certain things like I can just take or leave, and nails are just, I mean, my hands look awful, so I mean, I probably should do it, but it's just not one of those things that I'm into. Like when I was doing lash extensions, I was like, this is way too time consuming. And actually it ended up ruining my natural eyelashes. So I wish I hadn't even done it in the first place. It was nice to wake up and feel like you're already like halfway ready, but at what cost? Hey, Sarah. Oh, you just saw my workshop? I do love it down here. I do. I would be lying if I said I don't really enjoy being down here, because I really do. And right now, my husband has a new job, so he works remote sometimes, but when he works in the office, he has like 14-hour days, so that means like I have a 14-hour day to like do whatever. Like last week I was joking around because I made pork chops, I hadn't had a pork chop in like well over, I think it's been at least 20 years, because my husband doesn't eat them. He doesn't like pork. So I was like, well, what am I going to have this week? So I made Gordon Ramsay's risotto, and I got lobster steamed at Market Basket at the grocery store. And oh my gosh, it was restaurant good. It was so, so good. And that's a meal he would never eat. Like when you're really picky about food, you're just missing out. Like, cause you're not trying things. Like that's the whole thing. Like if we went to like a steak place and he used to ask for it like butterflied, which you could tell it like broke the waiter's heart. Like there's no point. There's not going to be any flavor in something that's that overcooked. So now he just does, I think he's up to medium well, but I'm like, medium is where the flavor is. I have a girlfriend she calls hers like black and blue, like it's barely cooked, which I don't know if I can do that. I'll eat a lot of things. I would try it, but I don't know. You're putting a lot of faith in some place when you're eating raw food. You guys are saying shellac or gel. Sarah Lee, you're with me. Yeah. I do the petty. The petty is one that I absolutely do love. My daughter and I are on the same pedicure schedule, so I promised her I would not get my feet done until she gets back. Yeah, I wear flip-flops when I go. But it's so funny because we have like a running joke in my family that like the women have, like, we just have the calves. It doesn't matter if I was a size 4 or a 12. we just have the calves. So we've called them Calla calves because that's my mom's maiden name. See the fun stuff you get to learn about me. So when I go, I have to wear like leggings or something super elastic so that I can like pull the pants up to my knees so they can like soak my feet. And oh my gosh, I feel like I feel like they want to charge extra for like the calf coverage with their moisturizer. It just kills me. One day I just wore pants that like were not that stretchy, and it was so hard to get them in the right place. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Eating leather, yeah. I was like, what? I was so confused. I just thought you were saying like my feet were like leather. I'm like, come on, Jackie, give me a break. I'm just waiting for my daughter. It's not that bad. Yeah, I just, picky eaters, I don't know. Not for me. And, when Riley was little, I was like a single mom for like 4 years. And so she was like my date. So she had like a really good palate for a kid. And like when she was 4 years old, I was like, oh, do you want to have steak for dinner? And she's like, can we have surf and turf? I'm like, you sure can. I was like, you are not going to be a cheap date, that's for sure. Oh yeah, overcooked food, yeah. All right, let's see here. Let me count out what I got to work with first. Yeah, there's so much upkeep to like being a woman, even getting my hair done. And I love my salon. Like, it's so fun being there. But I mean, you're talking 2 hours, It's a lot of time. And I don't know, like right now I'm like, maybe because I'm doing this like liquid collagen, but my hair is growing out like way too fast. So it's like, I needed my hair done a month on the dot, which, again, time and money being spent. What is your favorite and least favorite pampering? I would love to know. Because I have a girlfriend that she can't handle the pedicure. She swears she's going to kick somebody in the face. And I do worry about that. And I'm shocked I've never seen it. But when they do that scrubby thing, it really does make you like, it tickles. I'm surprised you don't see people getting kicked. It's a dangerous job down there, I would say. Yeah, so my favorite would be a massage. Not that I get that done very often. And then I would say the pedicure, because you can still do other things. You can read, or, if you're going with somebody, you can socialize. The lashes I did not like because it was just so odd to have like your eye, they tape your eyes closed. And it also it takes a long time. And actually, ever since then, I'm super sensitive to mascara and eyeliner. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it, and I know it has to be related. My eyes are just super sensitive. Yeah, you get your hair done every 4 weeks. Yeah, my husband's like, when are you going to just like let it go? And I'm like, I don't think you'll be around when it happens. It's going to be a while, I'll tell you that. Although I do think that there's like, people have like pretty silver hair, and I do love it. And I hope that's what I'm going to have whenever it happens. But I'm like, we'll see. I'm going to pray to the gray hair gods. Ooh, Chuck. Ooh, that does sound good, Sarah. I love cooking on a cast iron skillet. It's my grandmother's, and it's like, you don't put soap on it. It's like kind of like pizza stones. Like you leave it and it just kind of has more flavor when you cook in it. And I also love that you can just like pop it in the oven. Okay, these obviously aren't spaced out right, so I think I'm just gonna add more to it. Your favorite, someone cooks for me and cleans it all up after. I'm all about like mise en place, which is you clean as you go. So like by the time I sit down for dinner, like everything's pretty much clean or in the dishwasher. That is an Anne, what is it, Chef Anne Burrell taught me that on TV. You don't leave your station dirty. For the petty, is it the part under your feet? Because that really is. And you know, I know everybody, they do different things, but this guy once, he like started plucking hair off my toes, and I was like, oh my God, stop. Like, one, it's okay if you have like hair, like your body has hair in it, but like don't pluck it. Like, oh, it hurts so bad. I was like, what on earth? What kind of stuff are you into, guy? I was not a fan of that. Hey, Nancy. Billie Eilish for a while. Yeah, and they do like a whole process now where like, I think you kind of almost go like a super blonde, and then they like slowly transition you to that like silvery gray. But I think that would be hard when you have dark. I mean, I think if you're blonde, that's probably just not a big deal. It probably looks nice the whole time. But yeah, I'm afraid there's going to be like that in between time. Oh, the toes. Oh. Yeah, feet are like a weird, I don't know. Like when people say like their partner gives them like a foot massage, I'm like, I don't want one, and I'm definitely not giving it. I would like it if somebody brushed my hair. When I was growing up, my mom used to pay me in popsicles if I would like brush her hair like up. Sometimes I'd score 2 popsicles in a night. But like she loves that. Like that, she loves getting her hair done because she loves having her hair brushed. Oh, you know what I did? And if you don't like the pedicures anyways, you're gonna definitely hate this. But when my husband and I went to Mexico, we did that thing where you put your feet in the tank and the fish like nibble all the dead skin. It felt so weird. I mean, it wasn't like enjoyable. It was just something to try. But I was like, who thought to like, let's have these fish do the pedicures for us. Yeah, see, white I think is beautiful. So your hair is dark, Lori, and your stylist wants you to go platinum so you can then like slowly transition to like silver or white. See, I love that. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Lori, I know you're saying ew about the fish. I know. I was shocked my husband did it. Had to try it. I'm going to come in with these calla lily. Again, never used these on a wreath before. So, it's either going to look really nice or really awkward. You can tell me. So, I love doing things that like really fill my cup. And so flowers, I just geek out about. And there's so many fantastic events happening. So if you're like me, and it brings you like a lot of joy, you know, the gardens are going to start blooming. There's this couple in Massachusetts that are like really, really nice. And then for Mother's Day, I'm going to a floral arranging class at a winery. So I'm like, can you just take my 2 favorite things and just smash them up and make one thing? So yeah, I'm super excited about that. That is my Mother's Day gift. I'll say it's from my husband, but really I just bought it myself. And Museum of Fine Arts has their thing coming up, which is awesome. Art in Bloom. Fantastic. You don't have any gray, okay. Yep, the older we get. Yesterday I had to go to Sephora and I'm like, can I look? I'm looking for foundation for mature skin. We know what that's code for, but we're gonna say it proud. This girl's got like her piercings everywhere, and I'm like, I know you don't want to deal with me right now. Which, fun fact, because I was a very rebellious kid, I had tons of piercings. My mom hated it. I was very, very rebellious. Ooh, it's gonna be 80. Cheryl, can you remind me what state you're in? So you're going to the gardens. Your daughter, is a wedding planner at a winery. Ooh, I love that. Okay, you're in Pennsylvania. Yeah, so we're gonna have the kind of the same weather on the East Coast. Ours is hitting on Sunday, so that's perfect for Easter. Wisconsin. Yeah, I like those solo wood flowers. I feel like any reusable. I'm gonna take the screener off because it's just not blue based. I think any sustainable wedding decor is super smart because there are so many websites where brides are just selling their stuff after their wedding. Like, weddings aren't cheap. If you can recoup some of that money. And I even like the thought of it, if it looks real enough, or maybe even like real touch, like getting an artificial bouquet that you can then like put in a vase. So like whenever you walk by it, you think about your wedding. Like, they talk about how flowers raise your dopamine levels. You know, it's like the sight, the smell, like the touch, all of those things. So obviously our artificial florals we don't have the olfactory sensory benefit, but we do have the benefit of like triggering memories with them, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was like, go team Faux Florals, one for you, because you're gonna last. Is it Cheryl's birthday? Where did I miss this? If it is, happy birthday, Cheryl. Oh, okay. It's not. Nancy saying weddings can be $60,000. Like, to me, like, put a down payment on your house. I mean, and don't torture your bridal party with like a million hoops to jump through that costs so much money. You know, you want to enjoy it, but like, there just has to be a level of reasoning that money could go towards something so much, well, more lasting, not better, but I'd much rather have it on a house. All right, I gotta take a step back here. Let's see. Blue hairs everywhere. So yeah, for next week's Make It for Mom Marathon, we're also going to be doing giveaways. You're not allowed to call them giveaways, so it's very cryptic around perks. But I don't know if it's every hour, but there are going to be like many, many prizes. I know for TCT Crafts, there's several gift cards, and some of them are for $100 each. And we've seen Melissa's stuff, like it is like top tier quality. I'm gonna do something with Surebonder, and I don't know what, but I think I'm gonna do the glue gun that I love, and then some like other fun stuff. Make it a little like set of things. So if you guys remember, Surebonder gave one of our members a whole slew of swag. Like, I don't know, what was it, like 20 t-shirts, a bunch of pins, so much stuff. So I still have it. And obviously when we do challenges, it can be a prize, but I'm also going to use it next week for that. Yes, the pellets, that's a good call. Well, if I do the glue gun, I guess they do have like that rope glue, which is pretty cool. You know, it's just like that endless thing. But the pellets they're so good. Even if like the Gorilla Glue company offered them, I would not stray. And Surebonder is like such a nice, they're just like a super nice company. Can always tell, you know, like things start from the top, like a certain tone. And as we know, Pioneer has been so great to me. And actually today they sent me a thank you card, you know, around being like a loyal customer. And I'm like, to me, it's kind of like old school customer service, but like that's what I like and that's what I try and give people. Like I would rather have something feel personal, and like it feels good to let somebody know that they're, you know, important. It's important that they're, you know, that they have your business. Which I like to let my customers know they're my VIPs. One of my great customers the other day bought something and she's like, I really haven't been a VIP lately. And I'm like, it's not just about buying. It's about when you know, leave a nice comment on a post or you say something encouraging. Like there's so many different ways to support a business. You don't have to spend any money, you know, like not everybody wants, you know, 20 wreaths, and that's okay. There's still plenty of ways to support small businesses. A little like, a little share kind of thing. Person who makes glue that doesn't have strings will be very rich. Yes. I agree with that. Especially like, I mean, you can probably see them like when it's just not the right temp. It's all or nothing. Either it's like sometimes it's just too hot and then it's like going everywhere, or I have to look at this wreath. I'm like not at a good angle for it. Hold on. Just do this for a minute. Get some of that filled in. Imagine if you could have glue that had no strings and didn't burn. That would be amazing, because when high temp glue hits your fingers, you have like an automatic blister. I don't know. I'm assuming that's some degree of burn when it just literally like turns into a blister immediately. I don't know what the levels are, but dang, that stuff can really hurt. Yeah, it's like when you watch Shark Tank and people take like ordinary things and they solve like that problem and they get rich. Very cool. And sometimes it's the most random stuff. The other day, like our drains were clogged, or one of the drains was clogged, so I ordered these plastic things off of Amazon. And it was like 3 of them for $5, and all you do is you just shimmy it down the drain, and when you pull it back up, it takes, I mean, this is gross, but it takes like all the gunk out, and it works so well, and that's all you need. You just need like that one good idea. You have so many burns. Ugh, it does hurt. When I wear flip-flops, I'm like, you just are asking for it. If glue ever fell on like my feet, I can't even imagine. At least my hands, I'm like used to it a little bit, but your feet are like sensitive, so that would really hurt. Ooh, I like that Real Touch the flowers that smell like flowers. So yeah, I bought my mom the Real Touch Stargazer lilies, and she said she thought they were real, which was interesting because I thought she would know, she would be able to tell the difference. But then she said, like, she wished there was like oil that smelled like it. So I got her some oil, and then she didn't like it. So we did try that, but I think if it's something light, that would be really cool. Real Touch flowers have come such a long way. And I don't know why hotels and restaurants aren't like using those. Like that would be my dream gig, would be to like design for the Copley, like the Copley Hotel, Fairmont Copley in Boston, and just do like huge over the top things, and then it's all sustainable, and you save money because I don't know about you, but I touch everything. So I'm like, oh, these orchids. I'm like, you guys must be replacing these orchids constantly. Like, get Real Touch orchids. They look exactly the same. They pretty much feel the same. I definitely jumped into this without a plan, so I'm trying to like correct some of my imbalances here. There was no wreath recipe being applied here. I didn't have my binky, my ficus, or I didn't use it. See, I'm lost without you, ficus. Lost without you. But these, I feel like these are called, ooh, I want to say like they start with Stephan Notice. Does somebody know what these are called? These are like the flowers that go in bouquets, and like that you put like the little pearl pin through them. Somebody knows, let me know, because it drives me nuts, because last time I had them I couldn't remember the name either. But super delicate, super pretty. These are just green. Okay. All right, all right. Separate these. Geez, I'm getting rid of a lot of foliage here, but I'm not loving it anyways, so not for this design. I am gonna do a video with like that blue-based greenery and the succulents, the Echeveria. That was like one of my first wreaths that helped my shop grow. Amy Landino, who is on YouTube, she's got, I think, well over 400,000 followers. She just happened to buy one of those, and she had just bought a new home, and one of her goals is for 2020 was to have a wreath for every season. So she got the succulent wreath, and then she put it in one of her videos. And some, like, if you go on Etsy, like, you can backtrack things through your stats. And somehow I put two and two together that it was from a YouTube video. And I was like, oh, is it like, what do you do on it? And then I found out she was like this big boss coach. She is very, very good at what she does. But somebody came back and asked me for one a couple of weeks ago. So I had to break that out. And I was like, oh, I forgot about this design. Sometimes we get it in our heads that like we want to, I'm glad, because I feel like it's a little wonky right now. I feel like I've got some fixing to do. There is something about when things start to go well, we want to like do something different. Like my goal used to always be, I don't want to make anything twice, or I don't want to do the multiples. I don't want to do double door wreaths. Like, I don't want to. And basically what you're doing is you're taking a formula that works, which is your multiples are going to keep selling. Double doors they sell to high, they're expensive. Double doors are usually on expensive homes, so those are big sales. But you kind of like get it in your head that, all right, it worked and now I want to do something else. And it really should be the opposite. It should be like, this is what my success formula is, and this is what I need to keep doing. Like, yeah, you can definitely, introduce other things to kind of keep that passion going, but also have appreciation for the things that actually made your shop run. So, everybody's been, well, not everybody, I can't generalize. A lot of people are experiencing a dip with Etsy, and Lauren Kilgore, we were talking about this the other day, and basically it's like either it's people are buying the really expensive things, like they might buy one of my cottage wreaths that are like $270, but what's really going right now are my more simplified wreaths that are like $125, $130. I've been making those like left and right, and they're very easy to make. Like it doesn't excite me like making something, that I've never made before, but it's a formula, and every time that sells, it lets Etsy know, if you put the shop higher up in the algorithm, that wreath is going to sell, and that's going to get Etsy money. So like that's the whole algorithm game anyways, is when you have a proven track record of sales, then they're going to push you up into the algorithm. But I mean, I ran sales, I tried free shipping, I even started an ad on my monogram wreath and just did like $1 a day. Sometimes when things aren't happening, you just have to think of some strategies to make things happen. And that again, oftentimes is going to be like going back to basics. And I know for me, I will say when I see that something's an ad, I skip it. And I do, but that's just me. It doesn't mean everybody is like that. So you just try different things, and you can make some small adjustments. You never want to like totally change up your Etsy shop all at once. Etsy doesn't like that. I don't really know why, but like it likes it if you do like a listing a day. It doesn't want you to drop like 20 in at once. It's just not, it doesn't respond the same way as if you like slowly are making changes. So yeah, if you can just even try changing the title on something. Usually they say it takes about 30 days to figure out what's working and what's not. But you could also make a duplicate listing of something and try it with a title this way and a title with it this way, or like the SEOs or whatever, and then see which one does well. So yeah, if you are feeling discouraged right now, you are not alone, but those who are going to succeed are not going to give up. It's not going to get the best of us. Because right now, we all know there's a lot of tariff talk. We don't know where it's going. Nobody knows where it's going, I think, which is why people aren't buying as much. Like, I know for me, I'm not buying as much. I guess for a couple different reasons, but, just because people aren't buying right now doesn't mean that it's not going to change. And then there'll always be people that don't feel that impacted by it, and they're still going to buy. So you want to have like your shop looking good, changing it up seasonally. So like right now, if you have things that are tagged for Easter, you might want to start jumping in and changing those holidays to Mother's Day, because Etsy is like huge on gifts. So you definitely want to have like the, Mother's Day gift in there somewhere, and a tag and the title. Did you? I was like, I kind of had that anxiety too. I was like, should I like go crazy and buy, buy? And I'm like, I just don't know yet. And I also have so much inventory. It's almost like, I was saying, like all my like supply hoarding has been like a savings plan I never knew I was going to use. But yeah, is anybody else feeling like that right now? Like just kind of things just seem slow. and it's hard to stay motivated because I feel like mine is like feast or famine. Like I get nothing for 3 days and then I get several things in one day and then it goes silent again. So it's like you just got to keep at it. Rachel, there we are. That is who requested the wedding wreath. Yes. I'm so glad you found us. I was saying I kind of went on here without a plan. Like normally I have something like envisioned. This one I'm kind of just like, I'm just, you know, seeing how it goes. So Rachel, you said, did you say you had all white flowers or did you say you had all white embellishments for a wedding? Because for some reason I feel like it was embellishments, but I could be just lying. And do you have somebody's wedding coming up? I think you do, but again, I could just be lying. Feeling lazy. I know. You think about how exciting it is, like when you hear that like cha-ching, you know, like if you have your sound on and you make an Etsy sale. But then when you don't have one for a while, it's definitely easy to like lose some of that energy. But that's why it's good to have like your tribe. It's good to have people that are, you can talk to about it, you know, without feeling judged or, you know, you want to find a place where you can talk about things that it's not going to go to like a negative place. You know, it should be that we're building each other up. You know, things change all the time. Things shift. And, you know, again, the shops that are going to make it are the shops that aren't going to let it like get the best of them. And I would say if you're not wanting to buy supplies right now, it would be a great time to come up with a duplicate. Like you can take one wreath, like I can take one with, you know, like it's got a bow and 2 hydrangea. You can take that same wreath and you can slap 5 different bows on it and make 5 different listings. You know, you don't necessarily have to have all the wreaths made. You just need to know that you have the supplies in case that order comes through. And that also builds up your Etsy shop, obviously. You could offer things in sizes. Sorry, the lamb's ear in the air. Our girl Thana is doing really well with her forsythia wreaths, which are beautiful. And she offers them in different sizes. So like that listing is doing, her listing is doing great because people can come to it for several things. Like one is obviously when you're offering a smaller size, the smaller price is going to show up first, you know, when people are scrolling. So like that can draw somebody in, but also there's options. So, you know, she's got one that she kind of considers like perfect for an apartment, something like that, or like an interior door, a smaller door. And then she has larger ones for, you know, an outdoor, big door. And so that's a great way to maximize a listing. And also you're just kind of getting supplies for one wreath. You know, maybe it's something you can buy in bulk. You guys can see this. I think it's straightening out. I mean, I always struggle down here when I'm doing these because I can't really see that side. I might get one of those things that stands here. So like you're just kind of looking over my shoulder. You can see over my shoulder and that way we're both looking at it like head on. hear little dogs, which, who do we have? I think I hear Steve. Hi, Stevie. Hello, Bernadette. Little puppies are here. Big dogs are out. Bernie, hey, you want to say hi? Come here. Who's going to say hi first? All right. So this is Steve. I've talked about him often. He is our smallest. He is our meanest. He looks, if you guessed his age, I bet you would say like 7 or 8. He's like not even 4. His rage has like worn him down and weathered him, so he looks old. I know. Come here, Burby. Come here. And then we have Bernadette, who is she's a mutt, but she's like a Parson Terrier. And these two, we adopted them 3 months apart. So they are very much bonded. Huh. Yeah. Those two are inseparable, pretty much. And then we have Bruno, who's looking in the window right now like a stalker. Yeah, we got both of these dogs and Winnie, the one next door that my mom stole, from Rebecca's Paws and Claws in Alabama. And we also foster for them. We're not right now with Bruno, but we didn't realize that when they get spayed or neutered, they put like a little line, a tattoo on it. And for like weeks, every time I would bathe Bernadette, I was like trying to like get this I thought it was magic marker. It was like teal. Till somebody let me know that no, it's a tattoo. It's not coming off. But yeah, they are an awesome rescue. And they seriously just have the cutest animals, like the cutest dogs. And what they do is they shuttle them up to Rhode Island. And they also like bring up some that haven't been adopted yet, just to do like an adoption day. But yeah, I love fostering because I mean, these dogs that get put on these euthanasia lists, like it's so nice when you see a dog that maybe wasn't going to get adopted and then all of a sudden it's somebody's world. Like we had a dog that was on death row and somebody took her and like she was just, again, she was like this family's world. And I cried so hard because I'm like, this dog could have been, she could have lost her life and missed out on all this, and the family would have missed out on it too. I just need to clean this up a little bit. Now I'm trying to like, if the stems are really long, I'm trying to just weave them back in. Kind of like if you did the old school wreath making with the wire, which was, oh my gosh, so painful on your fingers. But yeah, just kind of using it to actually secure it to the wreath in addition to the glue. Yeah, they love to like sit in the sun together. So what I wanted to do is balance this out a little bit. And we're going to use some lamb's ear and get a little bit of fluff going on the outer edges. Try it this way. So yeah, Rachel, this is with 3 bushes of florals from TMI Gifts. So they definitely were more than enough to work with. I also have an I didn't bring it down. I have a new order from TCT Crafts that I want to do an unboxing for. I love sharing her stuff. I'm gonna grab one more of the lamb's ear. Yeah, definitely a good buy at Craft Outlet. I want to say it was maybe like a little under $8, but you get a lot out of it. And I like the quality. Let's use this little guy up. No piece left behind. Oh my gosh, can you see the glue strings? They are like wildly running rampant right now. Everywhere. So for me, I take my glue gun. No, my glue gun. That would just make it worse. I take a warm hair dryer. Well, first I just try and pull as much off as I can. And then I take a warm hair dryer, and usually it just kind of like it adheres to the materials clear. But when I am sending a wreath out, I'm looking for the loop. I didn't mark it with a bow. See, this is why I have systems in place. This is what happens when you don't follow them, Car. Okay, here we go. Yeah, whenever something is either being photographed or if it's shipping out, I always look at things in natural lighting because it just shows so much more. Like again, that's why we photograph in natural lighting, because you can really see everything. All right, I think I'm gonna have to do a little adjusting, but I think for now we're in good shape. So let me know what you guys thought of this design. Dogs and flowers, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix over here a little bit after. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. As you reminded me, if you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm really close to 4,000 subscribers. I just need like 10, I think, or 11. So if you can help a girl out, I would really appreciate it. It's a little goal I've had. I wanted it to be last month, so it'd be amazing if it could happen now. I would appreciate it. Yeah, I was surprised. I wasn't sure how the Calla lilies would go because I'm so used to seeing them in arrangements, but I do think they worked well. I think I'm gonna end up just having to like move this guy down a little bit and fluff, but I hope you guys liked it. I know I was late without a plan, but let's see. So members, we have next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do a Q&A on Zoom. And so if you have questions in advance, definitely give them to me so I'm nice and prepared, but it's okay if you don't. And what else do we have going on? I feel like, oh, and the next Friday is our Make It for Mom marathon. And so we've got Ashley from Three Little Greenwoods is kicking it off at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm on at 10, and then it goes from there. There's a dozen people. That Justin Green is going to be doing one of the not shifts, but like he's in one of the slots, and he cracks me up. He's very talented, and I just think he's like adorable, and he loves Dolly Parton so much. So I will definitely be tuning in. I'll be tuning in for everybody, but I'm definitely tuning in for him because I find him to be wildly entertaining. So I hope everybody has a great Easter. I hope it's filled with lots of chocolate for breakfast, very few dishes, and just some great time with your family and friends, okay? So I will see you guys later.